all of your problems boils down to lack of identity. Why do you need the latest iPhone series or the Gucci belt, trappings associated with wealth? Is it because you enjoy the consumption of luxury brands or you want to identify with luxury brands? Exactly. Many of you hinge your personality on a boat, on a watch, a car. What happens when that car gets missing? And this is why people love hedonism so much. In fact, this is a very interesting concept, and please listen very carefully. Something I thought out of the top of my head. The reason most of you enjoy hedonism because it's an endless pursuit. It's fleeting. It's in the same vein as trying to catch your shadow. It's endless. It's something that keeps you engaged till you die. And one of the reasons most people love pursuing hedonism is because at least it takes some kind of finances to execute. So very few people reach the peak. And the ones who have gotten to the pinnacle of hedonism come along and said, look, I've done XYZ. I've spent my youth taking weed, smoking cigarettes, going to the club, and wasting all of my time. Convert to Christianity, follow God, and keep His commandments. Very recently, Dan Brazilian, famously known for his hedonistic lifestyle, has converted into the Christian faith. So this validates my point. This in real time is not some analogy or some philosophy that is so abstract. The only applicability is found in the archives of old. Many of you can't articulate the reason for your existence. If you ask the average guy, why do you exist? What have you done today? What is your purpose? What is your identity? They can't even do that. Here's the trajectory of the average individual. You are born, you go to school. A few years later, society calls you an adult. You begin sometimes a clueless journey as touching life and destiny. Few years later, you get a job, you get married, have children. If you are lucky enough to have good children, fortunate for you. If you are unlucky, they begin to join and they will kill you. Very few years later, you are diagnosed with some kind of terminal disease. You struggle arguing and you die. That is a mediocre's way of existing. If all of this is true, how do you find your identity? Alright, I've listened to you. I believe every single thing you said. How do I find my identity? Who are you? Pause this video and answer that question. It's most likely you give me a name. But a name is something bestowed upon you by your parents. So if they gave you something different than now, your identity will be malleable. This goes to show that a name doesn't constitute your identity. Usually, identity is linked to purpose. That's why if I say Cristiano, what comes to your mind? Exactly. Kobe, what comes to your mind? Michael Jordan, how do you identify this man? What comes to your mind? Exactly. So you then see the interlink, the collision between identity and purpose. If you truly care about yourself as you claim to do, if you truly want to be something worthy of admiration, if you truly want to be respected, in fact, look around you. Look at the house you live in. Look at the bitch you're fucking. Look at the kind of friends you hang around with. Ask yourself this question. Would I want my child to hang around with this kind of guy? Then why the fuck are you hanging around with him? It's very interesting how people think. Everybody wants identity, everybody wants purpose, but nobody wants to work hard. You can't have one without the other. That's like light and darkness. It's the duality of life. They are dual concepts. One can't exist without the other. The only reason there's light is because there's darkness. The only reason you can distinguish a good check from a bad one because it's most likely you've experienced the latter. So if discovering your purpose is something you want to learn more about, I've done extensive teachings on that wise. So click one of the videos popping up in your screen. And as always, my friends, the pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you when